Start. Recording. Start. Streaming. Look at that, a little bit of a remix, one might say. Of a start. What does this mean? Hold on. So completely unrelated, I'm on the Twitch dashboard right now. It's got offline horizontal, offline vertical. Stream in higher qualities, not streaming in vertical. Oh, in vertical and horizontal formats? That's kind of crazy. I mean, it's kind of like, because of a mobile streaming landscape, isn't it? It's very popular nowadays. Insta streaming, whatever, TikTok streaming. I assume you can stream on TikTok, I don't actually know. Instagram Live, that's it. There's an interesting shift, I suppose, towards, obviously, most people are now consuming media on phone. I wonder when we're going to get a full, like, series on a vertical format, you know? There's difficulty in vertical format, I would say. I'd imagine working with. I'm not a filmmaker, so don't quote me upon that. But do we have that, you know? Because obviously, most or almost all TV series and movies nowadays shot on horizontal format because, you know, cinemas are in widescreen. Most TVs where people watch things are on widescreen. Even computer monitors are, and even when people are watching on their phone, they'll turn it to landscape to watch them. But has anyone made like a TV series or a movie specifically for the mobile landscape? And by the landscape, I mean the mobile media. Like it's something which only is fully in vertical and it's like designed to be in vertical and wouldn't work in horizontal. Well, I guess it doesn't have to not work in horizontal, but it was clearly made to be in a vertical format. Oh, I don't even have my... Hold on. I completely forgot to put my little PNG tuber on here. Let me get this open. I need to turn it off so I can turn it on because I need to like hide the settings or whatever. Hide UI. There we go, just like that. There she is. There's a star. There's a one and there's a star. We need you back on bass guitar. You're fabulous. I'm fine. Okay, sorry. I'm going all insane in here. I was about to say we can't see a cutie. Well, here we go. Cutie has returned. Welcome, Derpy Dog. I don't know also why I asked my theoretical question when no one was here. I probably should do it while I wait for people to be here, but... Yeah, is there a movie entirely in vertical format? Look, I'm not a TikTok user. I browse Instagram just to see what my friends are doing, but I don't post anything on Instagram. I suppose the irony here being how much I post on YouTube, but still. Like, I'm surprised if there isn't like a high-budget TV series or movie that is for those platforms. Yeah, maybe there is. Maybe there's some indie creator doing something out there and they're gonna, in a few years time, they're gonna release the next Backrooms or Obsession or something. But you know, think about it, like Blair Witch Project and anything like found footage media, I think that would be really good in a vertical format. Right? Anyone with me here? Hello. We're suave. Okay, sorry. Let's actually play a game instead of me just talking about a media landscape which I don't even engage with. Where is Impostor Factory? Here we go. But yes, we'll be continuing on. I assume we'll be finishing off Impostor Factory today. I don't know how much more is left, but I can't imagine there's too much more. We are in the sort of like the end game for it. There's actually a movie coming out for Backrooms. Yeah, it's out in cinemas. I wanted to watch it, but then I actually missed its cinema run because we went to go watch Obsession instead. And then I wanted to watch it yesterday, but then it's not in cinemas anymore. So we watched Toy Story 5. But Toy Story 5 was pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. So let me transition here to Impostor Factory, and I forgot how loud it is. Turn it down. You left off a final test, right? You can finish it in one session from here. Yes. So we basically have learned all about... Oh my gosh, what is her name? I can't remember any of her characters' names, but we learned about the backstory of who she is and how she's Linry. That's it. Thank you. So it takes place when she is now very elderly, where she basically gave up her relationship to progress this project, shall we say. She kind of like, let's say, ran away from dealing with her problem. Also, get booped here. Well, I'll boop you right back. Unfortunately, Dee doesn't have hands, which are motionable. Someday I'll get around to actually animating this. This live 2D avatar, or PNG tube avatar. And since you're playing this, I'm going to make a lavender flavoured hot chocolate. Whoa, lavender flavoured. I want to try that. That sounds interesting. It sounds like it'd be a very fragrant flavour of hot chocolate. Okay, let's get into Impostor Factory, you know. We'll continue the conversation as we go. Continue. This one, right? Yes, we're meant to look around everything. Boopsy back again. It's going to be endless boops. It's kind of like a nudge wars, or not nudge wars. No, nudge. Yeah, they are nudges in Windows Live Messenger or MSN. Hook wars in Facebook. You know, anyone know what I'm talking about? Whoever designed these was surely nostalgic for a different time. Is it Linry who designed these, or is it someone else? I don't know why there's blue sparkles and yellow sparkles. Yeah, it's not a common flavour, but I found a place in my city that sells a vast array of flavours and essences, so I got a collection. Lavender is entirely because of Linry. I love that. That's so, honestly, thematic. But that's the kind of thing, which I love. So, this is a random tangent, but whenever there's an event or something, and whenever the creator who participates in that event does something, which obviously is to encapsulate that event in some way or another, is great. You know, like voice actors going on a panel dressing up as their character, or dressing adjacent to their character. What's it called when you go to Disneyland because you're not allowed to dress as a character, so you like dress themed as a characters? There's like a phrase. Is it like Disney coding or something? Anyway, it's really weird tangent there, but is it Disney bounding? Is that it? I agree. I'm not a creator, just a fan, but yes, I do that. You know what? I love that. Maybe I should try doing that. Even though you can't see, you just be like, no, conceptually. I guess I could just make it up. I could be like, whoa, look, everyone, my lavender flavoured drink. But I'm not a liar. Is it Disney bounding? I don't actually know. Anyway, not my point. Let's continue. Memory data stub loaded. Okay. I can't interact with anything else now except for this, so I guess I will. That's one way to recycle an MRI machine. There's no one there. I guess they're just using a stub memory data for seed. What was a run button? Nothing else to interact with. I see no more sparkles. Oh no, there's one more sparkle. Do they really need a chandelier for lighting when RGB LED would have sufficed? Silly you, that's not for lighting. I don't know if this is what quantum computers actually look like nowadays. Thanks for being here, man. I'm glad you got my back. Meow. Although, to be honest, I've always thought of you as more of a knife-wielding kind of cat. But I mean, I guess it's a good look for you too. I sadly can't taste anything subtle, so essences are useless in my drinks. You know what? That's unfortunate. Well, I mean, lavender seems like it'd be a very strong essence, so maybe you could taste that one. This is what quantum computers look like, although technically what you're looking at isn't a computer, it's a cooling system. Computer itself is tiny. Huh. What today I learned. Which is also weird to say, because I technically did a quantum computing module back in uni. I didn't pay much attention to it, so I genuinely cannot remember a lot of it, but... Fascinating things. Okay. Sorry, let's actually get into the plot now, shall we? Begin the final test. Alright. I don't see anything unusual here. Don't know why I thought I'd be able to, now that I think about it. We're ready, Linry. Let's do it. Okay. The demo scene is starting. You should see the machine powering up. Initializing. Yeah. It just did. Considering I can't taste normal chocolate. You can't taste normal chocolate flavour? Whoa. That's interesting. Is it like every flavour? Not every flavour, but like a lot of flavours? I certainly had that, I think, for a while, where I felt like... Where I was like, I couldn't discern between different tastes. If there's any consolation, as I got older, I started to be able to discern between different tastes, so... There is but hope. Good. Keep your eyes on it, and tell me if you see anything weird. Uh-huh. Would we know what weird looks like? Do you see anything? No, it seems to be running normally. Although? There's some weird sound. What kind of weird sound? Is the machine short-circuiting? No, it's not coming from a machine. It seems to be coming from the MRI machine. Oh no. The sewer grate. What? Okay, that seems bad. A little bit of eldritch horror. You know, we gotta touch upon all the horror genres. Quincy? I do believe it counts as unusual. Just a little bit unusual. The slightest bit unusual. The system's almost ready. What are you seeing? Come on, Quincy, answer her. Alright, that seems bad. Probably not what we want to happen in our final... Oh no. What is this? It's manifesting as Linry, maybe? I don't even know what it could be. A shadowy figure. Yeah, computers generally work better without Eldritch Horror smashing them. Maybe they're fixing it. Maybe they're like, I'm the Eldritch equivalent of a computer technician. I can taste dark chocolate and caramel chocolate at specific brands. Now that's interesting. Dark chocolate and caramel chocolate. Well, if that's any consolation, I think dark chocolate is the best chocolate, so... Don't move. What are you? Was this just to lure them out? Why can't I get a reading on you? I'm you. What voice should I do for this? You already know why. Then, are you the reason? Hello, Damakitsu. When I unplugged from here earlier, when I logged off, there was nothing. Nothing but the machine to log back in with. As if the entire world just vanished. Okay. Sword Art Online. Am I not real either? Oh! I didn't even consider that. Wait, that's a plot twist. Linry also isn't real? Oh, that didn't even cross my mind. And I'm normally someone who likes to shotgun different theories. Dark chocolate is incredibly delicious and also has less sugar about it, 46%. Absolutely. Thumbs up. Approved. 70% dark chocolate, that's where it's at. Linry isn't real. She is also a simulation. So is this the real, for realsies Linry, the shadow? Who is not even in the simulation, she's just like puppeteering it or something. Linry, you are real. So long as I have lavender hot chocolate in my hand, you exist. Same as Tinkerbell exists if we clap. I do believe in fairies. I do. Did anyone else have that, like, as a playground myth? That if you said, I don't believe in fairies, a fairy in your room, like, would perish? What a brutal, like, playground myth. And also made me wonder how many different fairies there were that exist. Tailbot just published a video on their exact topic, actually. Really? I should go look it up. I actually do know who Tailbot is. I do like Tailbot a lot. Although I don't watch all their videos. Hold on. I'm looking it up on my phone. This is very important, obviously. Tailbot. Wait, is Tailbot who I even think they are? They're like the black robot sort of... Well, you know what? I'll look it up afterwards. Tail Foundry, yeah. I don't know if it's on YouTube yet. I get his content on Nebula. Oh, I see. But there seems to be a lot of good things you get early on Nebula, huh? And Tom Scott, I know, is doing his little series on my rally. No, you are real. Oh, okay. That's... Alright then. Relative to this place, at least. Okay. Right. Tom Scott's tour of England is great fun. Linry? And how many? Too many. What is it talking about? Too many what? Too many worlds. That's a really Scottish way to say that. We're a long way up, Quincy. There are a lot of layers beneath us. Layers made in blood and flesh. I may have created your world. Someone created mine. But another hand created mine. Over and over. So after how many layers? At the bottom of a stack, where it exists a world background with a simulation. But as each simulation creates another, the original at the bottom is weighed down more and more. Until finally, even if just one more simulation is created, no matter how abstract, it would be enough to overload and collapse the entire structure. Okay. Tell me, are we at the top of that stack? You're correct. Do we think it's the real Linry then at the bottom of that stack? Or has Linry never existed? I'm now very confused. Then, there's something that I still don't get. Why don't you just cut the infinite loop from the get-go? That's a very good question. Okay, before we get the reveal, what do I think? So I see it going two ways. One, this is a reveal. This goes back to tying into the previous series with our two doctors, Watts and I forgot the other one's name. I apologize. Because they still haven't appeared at all in this story, despite the fact that this is the same series. Eva and Neil, thank you. They still haven't appeared at all. They have to be somewhere in this series, theoretically. They could be at the bottom of that stack. You know, triggering everything up. I don't know how they got everything into an infinite loop. Alternatively, maybe it was the OG Linry at the bottom. Oh, what if it's an OG Quincy at the bottom? It turns out he, like, the story got flipped or something, and this is his, I don't know. What if? Even though, I don't know, that doesn't make sense at all. But shotgun theories, you know? What if the world was cuter? Animaniacs, anyone? Okay. Let's find out. Why are you trying to preserve this world without eliminating us? That is a good question. Like, why specifically this loop? I wonder how different the other layers of the loops are. Because my assumption from it was that it was the same, this sort of loop. They always keep looping back to this thing and making another layer. But what if it's like not even Linry and Quincy on the layer down or something? Game is called Impostor Factory. It is true. Everyone's an imposter. And why are you here? Even bothering to talk to us about any of this? Why do you even bother talking to him? What does that mean? Hey, I'm right here. That's different. He's... Well, she knows. Well, okay, because in this world, she knows that he's not real, quote, quote. So, okay, extrapolating this out, this is the real person talking to them. Just like she wants to talk to him who she believes, who she knows is not real, quote, quote. Okay, so in that case, the person who's at the bottom must have some level of attachment to this higher level Linry and Quincy. So this does, I think, push it more on the favourite side. They must be either Linry and or Quincy. Maybe this is Quincy is dying, and then he hired even Neil to do the retcon my life, retcon my memories thing. And this is the result of how that happened. Of trying to find a way for them to reconnect in some weird way. But with so many layers detached, is this even still him anymore? I don't know. He's... Linry? Tell me, who are we to you? To me? Reveal? What? It's her? What? It's Faye? From the second game? Is that name Faye? I can't actually remember, but she's okay, this is spoilers for the second game. She's like you think that she's a childhood friend of the main person, the main patient from a second game, but turns out she was a figment of his imagination, kind of like an imaginary friend. Okay, right. That is interesting because what I remember from the second game is that Faye. Okay, basically they did the thing on the second person, the second patient. Let me try and remember it. And his wish was like he doesn't know what he wants. He just wants his life changed or something. And then they do all this stuff, and then they realize that actually the wish he wants is to never have found out about that company in the first place. Colin Reeds, thank you. So they want to go through and erase Colin ever finding out about their business and thinking he wants his life changed for some unfulfilled way. But the simulation starts breaking down because they spent too much time there. And Faye, who was initially antagonistic or like trying to stop them in some weird way because Faye didn't want to be erased, they leave the simulation in Faye's hand to erase the traces of that corporation, right? And then he perishes. So how the heck is Faye here? Because Faye is a figment of Colin Reed's imagination, right? Unless they were like, whoa, Faye's so cool. I guess maybe because she was in that machine or that simulation or something, they could extract her. And then because maybe she's memory because she can now... This is kind of like her home turf being in other people's memories. I don't know. Well, I don't know that Neil backed up Faye. Ah, did he? I actually don't remember. I do remember as a post like credits sort of scene where Neil seems like he's affected by something, right? And he was doing something in his lab and there were two other assistants, but is that the moment he backed up Faye or something like that? Or maybe it just happened otherwise, I don't know. Okay, this is definitely the deficit of playing these games like a decade apart, I think. That's where he showed her to other people, yeah, okay. So right, I see. So Faye is basically like a... I don't know how would you describe her. She's like an in-person agent, I suppose, who would probably be very useful for their job. This is weird though. Okay, this is not expected. I don't know how I could have ever guessed this. Now, what voice do I think Faye had? That's an interesting question. I never really thought about that. Where is Colin Reeds from? Did it state like what state he's in? There's no promise I can do that specific state's accent, but... I don't know. Let's make Faye British because that'll be easier. But then again, that doesn't mean much. I'm not so different from that rice spot of his world after all. I have no idea actually, but default's Canadian. Okay, that's an interesting thing. Canadian. I can only really do like a really extreme Canadian accent. Ooh, eh? I'm... it's only Minnesotan I could do. How do you do it? You betcha. I'm not so different from a rice spot of this world after all, eh? Something like that. Kangaroo's Canadian. You don't look like a rice spot. No, I certainly hope not. Wait, I can't remember how you do it anymore. That's kind of a thing. No, I certainly hope not. No, I certainly hope not. Why, you also an AI refit for the simulations? Oh, well, not exactly. But I sure do clean up after your mess just the same. These worlds may be simulations, but the automation still follows the laws of physics. To a fault, really. In cases like this, for example, someone has to manually prevent everything imploding. Fortunately, I happen to have innate disregard for the laws of physics. But that's all a story for another day. Boop boop. Hey, what are you... Okay, now this story has taken a very unexpected turn. She put rocks on it. Oh, it's a paper airplane. To wish my life away. Shall we? I do think the Finding Paradise one is my favourite, so I can't wait to hear what the Impostor Factory one is. We stand Laura Shigihara here. Whoa! What is that? Cling film. What is happening? There are a lot of tangents out there beyond this one. Each moment blooming into countless branches of our own. Don't walk on the roof beam like that, you'll fall. But this particular tangent is being observed because it's special. It's special because despite being at the top of a stack, it was almost identical to base reality. Ooh, okay, interesting. Carve open the sky. Fracture the heavens. Gaze into utopia beyond the world. Okay, so I don't know. It feels like there needs to be like anime yelling or something. There, everything began unfolding the same way. Your childhood, your youth, your diagnosis. I need a canvas to draw on. Let me just wreck the whole sky and use the background as a screen. Honestly, aura-filled. Love that. If you had reality shaping powers, you gotta do something like that. I could imagine up a piece of paper or like a screen to show you what's going on, but yeah, the world is my canvas. And just like here, against all odds, you kept pushing on. Yeah, but why be prosaic? Never wasting a moment to unravel as much of a world as you can, while you still could. You learned all you could, tried as hard as you could. You met someone you imagined a future with, and graduated into a career where you felt you could make a difference. For a while, at least. Until it became something else, too much to bear. Okay, so the story is lined so far, so I wonder when it diverges, if at all. You escaped to travel the world, or probably the part when she shatters the illusion, right? And wondered why you didn't do it sooner. The base reality where we're from, it all followed the same course. That is, up until that point. Ah, hold on. I have a prediction. In reality, they chose to keep... No, hold on. They chose not to do treatment on Linry, and instead had the child without treatment, and she died in childbirth or something like that. And then, so then this is Quincy's, what's our corporation called? The one which Eva and Neil work at. So this must be Quincy dying. Sigmund Corp, thank you. So this is Sigmund Corp fulfilling Quincy's wish to try and change it such that they did do the treatment instead of having a child. Oh my gosh, what a brutal thing. If that's actually true, what a brutal choice to make in like a other thing. But I guess because it's simulation, maybe he was like, not to change my memories, but he's like, what would have happened if we did do that? And this is thus them trying to simulate it, maybe. That's why this one's being observed, because it was so close. Interesting. There's also a competitor, Herman Call, which you occasionally hear about. Okay, my word. Oh, what a brutal story. Not that I expected it to not be brutal, but still. When you came back from a trip and found out you were pregnant? When you became ill halfway through the pregnancy? When you had to make that choice between yourself and the child? When it comes down to it, make a choice you won't regret. You chose to delay your surgery until he was due. You chose a child. Oh, she didn't die in childbirth. Congratulations, but please rest well. You need some time to recover, but we're quite behind already. We'll be transferring you to surgical units soon. I understand. How's he doing? He's okay. You're the one we should be worrying about. He's tiny. Our little Toby Reynard. Ah, Toby Reynard. Fox. That's what the fox was called, right, in the simulation? What is this in there? I can't tell what I'm looking at. Maya. Aww. Actually, about that. I've been thinking, well, maybe he should take your surname instead. My surname? I mean, I can't think of any reason why not. But after all that, I can think of a lot of reasons why he should. Oh my gosh, the music of this game. Anytime a game gets to this point where they do like this dramatic, like heartfelt, bittersweet music, I'm just like, yes, I eat that up. I love it. I love that. Although... Ah! What? Oh my gosh! Neil Watts, right? That's a scientist. Oh my word. Oh wow. Toby doesn't ring as well with Watts, does it? Oh my gosh. Oh my god. My mind. This is Neil's parents. Holy moly. Do you have something else in mind then? How about Neil? Oh my god. This is Neil. This makes sense. I was like, what a coincidence that this person also worked in some sort of memory facility like Sigmund Core. He's carrying on the work that his mother did, basically. Oh my gosh. He was creating a happy ending for his parents. A world where he died. Neil, huh? Yeah. I like it. Our little Neil Watts. My mind is blown. That's actually crazy. I've not felt so I've never felt so got by a game since Amari, I think. For sure. In base reality, your son never had the complications of an early birth. Game got me thoroughly too. He made it through childhood just fine. With all the love you and Quincy could give him. Well, he actually got quite a lot of time with his mother then, which is nice. But as for you never fully recovered. With a delay, the treatment couldn't revert your decline. And you spent much of your remaining years bedridden. Still, perhaps out of a will to be there for him, you lived long past your prognosis. To watch him grow up, even if just a little more. But eventually, as you felt your time coming near, you sought out some old friends to leave something for him when he grows up. So this is Sigmund Core, which we're in. You left him a piece of your own memories. This is the early days of Sigmund Core. Yeah, at the time, there was no way to decrypt it. But still, someday you hoped. When it rains, it pours. Rest in peace, Henry. Soon after you passed away, your son was diagnosed with the same hereditary condition. that makes sense, because yes, we knew Neil had something from the previous games. But perhaps it was a reminder of his limited time here. Memento Mori, he did the same thing. It stirred up something within him, Veziva, pushing him further forward as it did for you. And although he tried distancing himself from others, knowing what might await those who get close, he wasn't successful with everyone. Slowly, from the very basics, he worked and worked, all the way past the research you left behind. But despite it all, when the time came, again and again he was rejected by the Foundation over your instant. Oh wait, is this a rival? So instead he saw an alternate route. He pivoted to an external company that licensed the imperfected technology. And rather quickly he made it into the ranks. With some help from a friend. Wait, were that elderly couple called Herman? What were their surnames? There was like Dr. E or something, and Dr. Who was the other one? Oh, Dr. Yu and Haynes, okay. I was like, if one of them was called Herman this entire time and I just forgot that lore, then... It was a company where he could still access the code and hardware of a technology. A company that used it to fulfill the last wishes by implanting the memories of a new life. A company called Sigmund Core. Yeah, I remember that blonde lady. That was one of the people he showed the thing to. Precious said something about what is the use of a memory editing machine that kills its patient. Oh my gosh! You're so right! This is the use of a memory editing machine that kills its patient. I didn't even pick up on that. That's so good. Incredible. Well, I was suspicious from the beginning why this seemed to have no relation to Sigmund Core, but here we go. It's been many years since then. So I wonder if it's actually Neil who's dying and this is his thing. His wish was to give his parents a happy ending? Because I don't know if we found out if Neil's father was still alive in previous games or not. In that time, he's aided countless patients and witnessed as many lives go by. All while perfecting the technology on his own accord with the hardware and data access. And today, in that world, he succeeded. The world that we're in, and every world in the stack it stands upon, they're the result of a first functional stress test from a machine he perfected. The first successful test. This machine he built. What is it for? A window to a world where everyone could leave a part of themselves after they're gone. So that everyone who ever existed, no matter how ephemeral, could have a lasting place in this world. Neil has spoken to his father on the phone in one of the minisodes, or rather he dialed someone and said, "Hello, is that you, son?" And he was too awkward to say anything. Oh, I see. Strange, then maybe in some way. And without having to say goodbye, even earlier than they have to see and experience all the different possibilities this life has to offer. Oh my life here since the day he was born. I wish I'd made a different choice then. I'm so glad that somewhere out there, he did. I'm so glad he's made it. Oh, that's so sweet. Oh, it's so mystical. It's almost time. Now that we've gone beyond the boundary of said events, this tangent needs to be terminated. Terminated? It's just one tangent. Can't you let it run just this once? Oh, but it's not just this one tangent. Out of a countless path this test generated, this is not the only one that reached this point. as I speak to you on this roof, I'm also speaking to thousands of other versions of you elsewhere. They too managed to dig deep enough to have found me. And if I don't terminate them, the Foundation will fail and take everything with it regardless. This world was never meant to exist beyond this point. But, the world aside, I might have a way to give you more time. When you're ready, come with me. There's a place we need to go. Anomaly detected. Oh, it's Rice Spot. Rice Spot? Must be awesome to learn about thousands of other people like you and that none of you are real. I was actually just thinking that during Linry when she was crying. But I also think, imagine going through all of life and you have one massive regret where you're like, I wish I chose a different path. I wish I did something different. Finding out you're not real and finding out the real version of you chose that different path that you always wanted. That's kind of like, in a sort of like monkey's paw way, making your wish come true, right? I don't know, I feel like I'd find some sort of recompense in that. I'd be like, I know, I guess, you know, maybe it's a bit fatalistic for me, but I'd kind of be like, yeah, I'm not the main timeline, that's okay. I'm glad that the main timeline made a better choice than I did or something. Still would be a bizarre and awkward feeling though. I feel like I definitely think about this a lot. Because I feel like, there's always a thing, right, that happens a lot in media, that if you can clone yourself or something, then what happens when, you know, you're like, who is the original, essentially, right? And when a clone gets mad or something and tries to think they're the original, etc, etc, etc. I feel like I've thought about it enough that I've kind of accepted that, like, if I found out I was a clone, I'd be like, okay, I'm a clone, you're the original. What was I made for? What am I here to do? And then I think I'm very accepting of the fact that if I was a clone, that would just kind of be it. Which would also probably run into a weird position if I was an evil clone of me which was created and just claimed to be the original instead. That's something which I need to think about how to not deal with that, because if they clone me, I need to already have that mindset. I can't develop after finding out I'm a clone. I need to have it beforehand when I get cloned, you know? If this makes sense. Clone yourself to do boring housework and discover that you're the one who has to do all the housework. I feel like I'd be okay if my purpose was just to do the housework, if I knew there was an actual me doing something instead, right? I don't find housework that boring, to be honest. And like, it doesn't take that long to do. Like, if you had to do all the housework all the time, you still have a lot of free time, to be honest. It's just kind of like you're choosing a different life, right? It's kind of like I'm being like a stay-at-home like parent or something. I'm doing all the housework, but then I still have my free time, but presumably I'm not working. Maybe that's the way I think about it. Like, if I'm a clone, I'm just kind of like, I'm literally fulfilling the fantasy of like, what if I chose a different path in life, whether for good or for worse. I just can only see it from my perspective, and if anything, finding out you're a clone and seeing the other perspectives is even better, because now I actually get the benefit. I can see what would have happened. I don't know, I think there's a certain unity in being, not being cloned, but there's like a unity of self I still would inherently feel if I was a clone or if I was a clone, while not needing to be that individual, if that makes sense. It's like a wholeness of individuality and oneness. I don't know how best to describe that, but that's kind of how I feel about it. Anyway, sorry. Rice Spot. You guys got it just in time. Hey, can they come with us? Our best friends, Rice Spot and this boxing cat. No, I'm afraid not. Where we're going, there is no protocol for them. They'll have to stay here. I guess it's goodbye, friend. Hey, about what happened back there. I know, it was pretty scary, huh? Hey, look at me. Listen, I don't blame you for running. I don't know why I'm also doing the cat noise when they already make the cat noise. To be honest, I was so panicked that I didn't even notice you were gone. On the other hand, sorry we got the world deleted. I'd say curiosity killed the cat, but I guess we weren't ever even alive. I honestly still don't know what your deal is, but maybe I'll see you at a reboot one day and find out, yeah? Take care, little dude. These are fascinating topics to ponder, but much more important question, why do I not have a rise spot in my house? You know, the only one in between you and a rise spot is you. Go out there, invent a rise spot. Be the one to distribute rise spot to the world. It's 2026, I have a rise spot that can give me emotional support and rise. Kirsty killed the cat, but perseverance brought it back. And ingenuity entertained it right up until she landed hard on the sand dune. That's a multi-layered joke. that's a really multi-layered joke. That's crazy. Is that an original? That's really good. I do love Mars rovers. Genuinely, actually, genuinely very, very good joke. So, you heard that right? Affirmative. I am linked to Linry's data feed. But do not worry, for I am well versed. Well versed in what? In ceasing to exist. I am shut down daily. I'm not sure if it's the same thing, but let's hope so. There can be no difference between nothingness. Farewell, until next time. Oh my gosh, that's how I end my videos. Farewell, Ricebot. Oh, I guess we should save. Let's overwrite this save. Some massive hole on the ground, eh? A groundskeeper will be livid. Thank you, I love the bad jokes. I think that's a great joke. You're gonna have to try harder. That's not a bad joke. I'm telling you, that's a good joke. It's set up and it's subversion and it's subverted again. Cheeky. Wait, I didn't actually see what happened. Is it a fountain? Wait, what is up with a fountain then? I still don't understand that part. Remember when there was a fountain statue there? Oh, Faye was the fountain statue. Because she was an angel. Yes, okay, I see. And that's why we tried to say it and then she deleted that option. Okay, got it. You doing okay? Hey, Linry. Yeah. Yeah. I'm Marvin, okay. Well, let's go. Faye stopped you from asking. Well, shall we go? Leave. Yeah, Linry. I'm ready. So, where are we going? Somewhere far. But you'll be among good company. Now, this ride might be a bit more intense than the last one. Oh, wrong accent. And the last one. Would you like the front seat or the back? It really doesn't matter to me. I guess Linry can sit up front. Alright, your car. And there's going to be a comedic scene where he's like almost falling off the back of a plane or something. Yeah. What the blah blah blah. At least hold on with both hands, man. Did not know that paper planes had VTOL capabilities. You know, paper planes are capable of so many things. We reach our station. Looks like we're the last to arrive. I see. We've become the stars. The last ones. What is all this? It's going to be all about other clones who also made it here, right? Because presumably she offered the same thing to everyone else. Yep. Are these all? Versions of you from tangents where I materialized, yes. The salvageable ones, at least. Salvageable ones? Well, we can't extend every rogue versions of you. But if we consolidate the ones similar enough, then there'd only be one set to deal with. That is a way to end the rogue infinite loops, but still keep you, in a sense. I see. Everyone's being combined. Speaking of which, and cue the mirror lied music. I think everyone's here. Ah, a call back to the scene where they duplicated like that, huh? Yeah, isn't that all better? Very haunting music, huh? Making Faye seem like a villain. Sorry you have to see me like this, but I'll try to be quick. What are you doing? Didn't I tell you already? I'm saving the world. Why does Faye look like an eldritch monstrosity, huh? Finally, some peace and quiet. All these lights. It's time for them to rest so others may keep shining. So where do they go? Beyond that gate, you'll find a new life for yourselves. One where your illness is cured, where everyone lives happily ever after. It'll be a linear illusion with little resource required to maintain, but to you, feel like a lifetime as real as your own. Think of it as a parting gift. You hear that, Linry? Why do I feel like Linry's gonna reject it or something? Billions of lighthouses stuck at the far end of the sky. Oh, yeah, this is music from a much older game by Kangal. The Mirror lied. You hear this music at a couple of points where things get particularly weird, including in Finding Paradise. What point in Finding Paradise do you hear the music? Wait, maybe I can make a prediction. I can't remember. Mirror Light is free on Steam if you want a confusing scene. We gotta live a perfect timeline. She probably doesn't want that perfect timeline, right? Linry? There's no point. I'm beyond grateful that our son is out there, but our purpose here is done. What truly happened beyond this world is already set. Why would another virtual ride matter when not even our own did? Music shows up at the weirdest moments when you start to discover her phase and what you thought she was. That makes a lot of sense. I've already seen all there is to see. All that truly matters, anyway. So this is kind of like mirroring the actual Linry and Quincy in a way. No, actually it's not. Well, actually it kind of is. It's mirroring where the real life Linry wanted to see these things, but she couldn't. Like, she didn't have the opportunity all the time to. Now she can, and now she doesn't want it. But he's going to take initiative here? But what if you haven't? I mean, I certainly had my world shattered too, in more ways than one. But if anything, doesn't this broaden the possibilities, not narrow it? And for that matter, why does it even matter if our reality isn't base reality? They may not be the reality, but they were still our realities. And all that we've known. I mean, who's even to say that hers is a truly the ultimate end of a stack? What's beyond that gate may not be real relative to her, but it's just as real relative to us. Yeah, spaced Quincy. And who knows, maybe it'll be a glimpse of a reality that is truly out there somewhere. A reality that we can visit, and time to grow old together. What do you say, Linry? Wanna go on one last trip together? I know, right? What if Faye's world is just some pixel art video game or something? It's crazy. If we can't tell the difference, then what does it matter? You'll wait for us until then? I won't need to wait. To me, time is the place. What does that mean? Go on. Oh, she's just gonna meet them at the end. Your new life is waiting. Oh, Twitch is telling me it's your affiliate anniversaries. If so, happy anniversary. Ooh, is it? I don't know that. How can you even see that? But thank you. That means that Sophia's music was more relevant than she realised. Yeah, the prompt I got at one point, but then it disappeared. That's amusing. You get told, but I don't. Oh, I see, if I get to live our life. But how will they meet? If she's now on a different path? Well, I guess they know how to meet now, right? Oh, we'll get rid of this person. Ban. Yay, the diagnosis is good. Yay, fields of lavender. Yay, happy birthday. Who's that random person? Yay, prom. Oh, and yeah, this is our friend. Yay, friend. Yay, university. Wait, did he not get spawned in as a child? Peekaboo. How messed up would it be if she fell in love with that person in prom instead? Hey, graduation. Wait, what about Quincy's parents? Did his life just not exist? I guess he just teleported into it. Because it is based off of her memories, right? That probably makes sense, right? Great Pyramids, the beach, Eiffel Tower. Oh my gosh, I can't even keep up. They're having a child. It's a shock I'm even surprised by it. There it is. Neil Watts. Actually, I wonder if they still call him Neil Watts in this timeline. Yay! Wow, nice to know that he still grew up to be a massive nerd. Got him. Okay, sorry. Oh my gosh, he's a theatre kid and a band kid. He's in every single class trip. Whoa, get in, loser. We're driving. Oh, jellyfish migration. Propose, propose, propose. Oh, can't know the ring. That's so cute. Wait, they're sitting on the wrong side of our benches. Unless it's symbolic. Oh. Playing as old man Quincy now. Look at all these people, all these relatives. Oh yeah, a nice little boogie. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Shake them hips. Slide to the left. Yeah, yeah. Dance with me. Maybe we should dance on the dance floor. It's like doing what is it, Charleston Shuffle or whatever? Oh, okay. We do call him Neil Watts, otherwise you wouldn't know him by that name. I know it's crazy, I feel like I'd spawn. Hey, I know it's crazy, but I feel like I just spawned in especially for you. So go out with me, maybe? Now that sounds like a start of a horror movie, actually, if you say it like that. Obsession coded? Anyone? Fun fact, was the place in my previous games where Neil says he once played Sherlock Holmes in a stage play, and Eva says that she remembered him being Watson. Ah, jellyfish. Most of those are Sigcore people. The only one I remember is the blonde-haired lady with a bob. Roxy on her own in the middle, for example, and Rob behind. I don't remember Rob, sadly. Timer and Willis, the elderly couple, and the others are Lisa and I can't remember his name. I don't remember meeting any of them, apart from I guess Roxy. He's wearing a lab coat? No, okay. That's a suit. Were Neela and Eva... Over in the mini-sets, that makes sense. Were Neela and Eva married? In the previous games? Now they're going on their own trip. No, they weren't. But they bicker like a married couple. I was going to say, because I thought they were just co-workers. But I could definitely see them. Be married, we have our own child, there you go. House. Look at all these memories. They didn't have a star on top of a tree. Because they became the star. Now our kid's leaving for uni. It's a very interesting hairstyle you got there, lady. That's it. Oh my gosh, okay. Hold on. Elderly Welsh accent. Well, we had a good run, huh? We had a good run, like... Oh, the bestest. And this is Faye coming to meet them, probably. Through the open window. She came in through the open window. It's about time. This is all I could manage to do. Was it enough? More than I could ever ask for. But I just wish he were actually here. He is here. That's him, the light. He's been here this whole time. And from now on, he always will be. From now on, everybody will be. Cheers. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at all these memories. That's a really cinematic shot. What dramatic lighting? What chiaroscuro? What's she holding? What's happening? Why has the music gotten so weirdly dramatic? Oh, it's a music box. Dun, da, da, dun. Oh, my Nikki lullaby? Directed by Can Reeves Gal. Oh. That's cute. I assume this is the song now. The Laura Shigihara song. End the world. Do what must be done. Vocals P-Leaf. Great One Unknown. Oh, it's P-Leaf. It's not Laura Shikihara. I don't know who P-Leaf is, but... What a gorgeous game. There actually isn't a song in this one. It was decided that it wouldn't suit her style. Oh, interesting. I don't know, I feel like Laura Shigihara fits these sort of game vibes very, very well. But hey, this isn't my game, this isn't my vision. I'm still very happy with it nonetheless. What a gorgeous game. Is this a favourite? My favourite? I don't know. This game is a very nice trilogy, I think, as it comes together. Like, to me, this feels like an ending. Well, I don't know. Is it an ending point for the game? Is that a fourth one coming out? Do you have a beach episode to go on to? I don't think so. Is that like an epilogue sort of thing? That's the next part of the story. Is it a direct continuation on this one, or is it the fourth? Is it like the fourth in the game, in the series? Oh, press space. Oh, that was a really nice thing at the end. The octave, I guess. I'm sure some of the others end up follows this one. I have no idea what accents they would have. I guess they would have American accents in my mind, but... Oh, Neil, there you are. I just can't hold it in anymore. I must confess... Oh, I should do this more dramatically. I just can't hold it in anymore. I must confess to you. That's not funny. It's a little funny. So, did I handle that alright? Yeah, thanks. Strange how that's supposed to be the perfect timeline, though. It only felt perfect because it had the context of the adversity that already exists here. See, this was something I was going to say. That was like an earned perfect line because they remembered everything that they went to get there. But had they just started in that perfect life in the first place, they wouldn't had faced those challenges to maybe appreciate it in the same way, maybe? I don't know. I'm with her, that was funny. I don't know if there's a good answer to that, but maybe they'll discuss it here. Without that, there was nothing to overcome. It passed by without leaving a meaningful ripple. Maybe that is what perfection is. But still. You familiar with the Library of Babel? I can be. Should I download the encyclopedia on it? I never tell Babel, at least. No, that's alright. It's this theoretical library of books containing every possible combination of letters and punctuation. Anything that can be written, or ever will be, can be found there. Okay, like, monkeys and typewriters. So it's mostly nonsense and noise, but once in a while you reach for a book and it just happens to be exactly what you need. What is that? Perimeter breach attempt. I gotta go. Perimeter breach? What perimeter? Wait, you don't mean... She just realized that she's in the simulation? Fun fact, the Library of Babel thought experiment is a key aspect of proofs that language, numbers, and such are all the same kind of information and can be converted between each other. Neil? I don't have your stapler, I swear. Oh, don't be silly, we were just nearby. Nearby now. Very far an hour ago, before deciding to be nearby. Yeah, what are the chances, right? So anyway, we were gonna go somewhere rad. Are you in? How rad? Surprisingly rad. Hard bad pass. Gee, somebody's a party pooper. Well, alright, I guess no all-you-can-eat ice cream for Neil then. I said, I guess no all-you-can-eat ice cream for Neil then. We might as well, Neil. Who knows when next time we'll be able to. How'd you change so fast? It's a coat, not a cocktail dress. It's a coat, not a cocktail dress. I'm expecting greatness. You've got to close up. Oh, she's gonna see it. What? Is somebody in there? Hello? Spooky? Oh, so we're going to the beach. Let's see how this links into the next one then. You could, for example, define a way for a book to represent a number between 0 and 1. 2 To the Moon, Finding Paradise, Impostor Factory. What comes next? Oh, yeah, so I didn't play any of the minisodes. Thank you for supporting the series for years. But ice cream is never beach, it just melt. Oh, but minisodes are fun if you have them. I don't think I have them, unfortunately. Maybe one day. What? Okay. Open straight into Clip Studio Paint. We're installed alongside To the Moon. Hold on, let me see if I have a... Is a minisode a separate thing on Steam? Wait, maybe if I just search To the Moon series, I'll be able to see it. To the Moon. Okay, To the Moon. Launch To the Moon, I'll ask you if you want to play the main game or one of the minisodes. I see, okay. Beach episode is a separate thing on Steam. £34 bundle? For everything? What the heck? Oh, this is a sound... Okay, so Bird Story's separate. Because isn't Bird Story like a prequel to Finding Paradise or something? Why is this £33? Oh, it's including the price of the games I already have, I see. The Best Dancers? It's a comic. Paper Memories. Platypus comic strips. Just a To the Moon series beach episode. Oh, the grass is on the side. Okay, well, let me put your hot music on. Again. I think that was good. I don't have the beach episode. I could buy it now and play it, but I think probably we'll save it for another time. I normally like to leave at least a little bit of a gap between when I do sequels of things. After all, I do want a taste of every sort of game in the world, but I will keep that in mind. You know what? I'll add it to my wish list. And maybe I'll also revisit the minisodes. I don't know. Does it make sense to do the minisodes on stream when I haven't played To the Moon on stream? Or recorded? But I added it to a wish list. That was good. I actually really liked that. That almost felt like a conclusion. I can definitely see if there is a fourth game in the series, it being the final one. Where we tie into Eva and while we were there, wish list for RPG. The RPG. There's a To the Moon RPG. But it doesn't exist yet, but it happens after the beach episode. Okay, I see. I guess I'll also wish this Bird Story while I'm here. The last hour of an epic To the Moon series RPG. I don't see it on Steam. Oh, upcoming releases? Okay, here we go. Add to your wishes, 2027. I feel like I vaguely remember seeing this. Like, was the trailer of this released very recently? Because maybe I feel like I saw this because I remember seeing this like lineup, and I thought it was like an April Fool's joke or something. Oh, that's wonderful. What a wonderful game. I guess now we have to choose a different game to play. Yeah, so the trailer's gonna spoil the beach episode, right? Okay, fair enough. I will not watch it. What should we play then? We got about 40 minutes. I could just get started on drawing, but I'm not going to. What game of my library do I want to play next? I'm not sure what sort of game I want to play. Enna Dream Barbecue? I've had that for a while, and I've heard it's very popular, but I don't know anything about it. If you want to stick with Kangao, you could try the Mirror Light. I think we'll branch out on Kangal. Like, Kangal, love what you've done. But I've got a huge backlog of games to get through. If I keep picking up new games, I'm never going to get through them. Let's slave a princess. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna look through these. I'm gonna be like, what feels like it could work as a stream? Actually, wait, no, hold on. Slave a princess might have stuff that might need to be censored, right? I can definitely see that. That probably makes more sense as a series then. Garden Story? This has been in my library for ages. Frog Detective. I do need to do the other Frog Detective at some point. Love Ghostie. This is a very random game. A very sort of cutesy game, which I don't actually know what it's like. Okay. So I'm thinking Love Ghostie. Sucker for Love. This has been in my library for ages. So I'm thinking, let's see. Either Love Ghostie. Do I want to do Frog Detective now? Frog Detective I think I'll do next time, because I know the Frog Detective is something you can do in one stream for very short games. I don't know if I want to play any of these mechanical games. Maybe Webbed, but even then. Sticky Business? Because I think we should try and do something of a slightly different vibe. Maybe let's do Love Ghostie. I don't have it installed. Let me install it now. We're going to put it in the current series. I don't actually know if this is a puzzle game or if it's a story game, but... we'll see. Frog Detective. Right now I'm launching space frogs into space, but there's no crimes being done. Just perfectly legal launching frogs into space. Okay, well, while that's installing, let's take a small break, everyone. Go to the bathroom, get some water, hydrate, walk around, and when we come back, we'll check out Love Ghostie, whatever this may be. Jeopardize my best frog? I have no idea what on earth you're talking about, but it sounds like a fun time. I'll leave you to it then. Have fun. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming along on this journey. We'll see. Hold on. Kerbal Space Program. Oh, are they frogs in Kerbal Space Program? What on earth? I thought they were like little aliens. Anyway, I hope you have a fun time, nonetheless, and thank you for coming along. What a lovely game. Alright, let's have a little break, everyone. Alright. I've returned. And we're gonna play Love Ghostie for maybe like 45 minutes. I don't know how to spell ghost apparently. Love Ghostie, there you go. So what I know about this game, I think it's like a puzzly sort of romance matching game. You're basically trying to play Cupid and make people fall in love. That's as I understand it. I saw it once in like a Cozy Direct ages ago. So, and it looked cute. So I bought it. Okay, let us... Hopefully there's settings so I can actually organize what's going on. Okay, settings. Time of music. There's dialogue in this game, really. Oh, sorry, dialogue, sound effects. Okay, not full screen. We're going to do 1680. No, we're not going to do this. We're going to do 1600, 900. That's what I normally do. Controller. Type EEP minigame. Okay. Okay, that seems okay. Let us... Foster Factory. Love Ghostie. Is that okay size-wise? That looks okay size-wise. I don't think it's cropped. Okay, stop this chill hop music. It's a bit... I was like, why does it sound like there's two soundtracks going on at once? And it's because there was two soundtracks going on at once. Oh, I never did the itinerary for this stream, did I? Whoops. Well, let's do it now. It's a little bit late, but no one pay attention to that. Okay, I almost just clicked stop recording and stop streaming. I would have been wrong. I don't know if D's going to be in the way, so I guess we'll find out if we need to make a second D. But this is Love Ghostie. It's a very cute indie sort of game. I think about matchmaking. That's basically all I really know. Let's find out. New game. Psst. Hey, are you awake? Just kidding. You're dead. Okay. What a great way to start in a game. But the good news is you're a ghost. I died? That's good news. I died? Yeah, it's a lot to take in. I'll give you some time to process it. Okay, well, now that we're over it, let me introduce myself. I'm Ghostina, and I'm your mentor from the afterlife. Guess what we do in the afterlife? Matchmaking! Contrary to popular belief, we don't just scare people. Even though that can be pretty fun, we love watching romances bloom and make people happy. A fun fact, did you know that ghost-driven romances are 20 times more successful than dating apps? We just don't get credit for it. Because we're dead. So why are we doing it then? I died? I don't want to say either of these things. I feel like I'd be pretty on board. I'd probably be like, how did I die? Because kindness is cool. And trust me, a little kindness can go a long way in a stranger's life. Anyway, welcome to the manor. Okay. I get a house. Where is everybody? I turn them all into ghosts. And just kidding. Anyways, no one lives here, don't worry. That'll change soon. I put up a sign that says, free rent in this definitely not haunted house. Out in front. Now, before people move in, let's begin your training. Are you ready to meet your first resident? If you look closely, it's actually a fake one that I set up to practice with. I drew all of this myself. Looks kind of shabby. Looks great. Thanks. I was worried it was almost too good, you know. Anyway, residents live their lives and have no idea you're here, but you can still make a difference. You know when you have the vibe? Like you can kind of tell whenever someone who drew bad supposed art is actually good at art. I think this is one of the cases. If that makes sense. Or should I say someone who's experienced with art drawing as if they were someone who was inexperienced with art. There's subtle things like the fact of a perspective of a bed is actually correct. First, we need items. Meet me in the attic. Move. With a heart rate, we'll zoom in out. Meet Ghostina in the attic. Okay. Speak with Ghostina. Okay, I can't interact with anything. Nope. You know how you mysteriously lose a sock in the laundry? That was probably a ghost. We like taking stuff. When you see something you like, you can take it. But it costs you an arbitrary ghost action point. And don't ask why. Why? Actions in Afterlife cost points? Listen, who's been a ghost longer? Do you know how ghost works? We have action points. It's a ghost thing. Maybe when you're alive you had to sleep, but when you're a ghost, you have action points. Anyway, try grabbing this apple on the ground now. Apples shouldn't be on the ground anyways. Doctors hate this one secret. It has 4 coins, quality 0. Okay. Steal. Nice. Now that we have an item, there are a couple of things we can do. One option is to sell it to the ghost internet. See that computer over there? From there, you can sell items for ghost money, and you can also buy nicer items that you can't find in the manor. Feel free to take a look. Okay, so it kind of seems like this might be a business management game. That was unexpected. Whenever you're ready, pick a resident and go to their room for your next lesson. I'll meet you there. We can sprint. Buy and sell items. Ghostie forums. Dead it. Help, I sold my apple during training. I got an apple during training, but I sold it by accident. Help, what do I do? I don't want to get in trouble. It's my first day. It's okay, don't worry about backups. What? I didn't know you could sell it. I thought you were supposed to keep it. You think they wouldn't account for ghosts selling their apples in training? I sold mine and got money for it. Arcade machine. Boombox. Spot on a ship. Oh, wait, so I can just keep my apple. Okay. Okay, are we going to choose the penguin? That's not a penguin. The teddy, the bunny, or the cat? I'm gonna go with this birdie fella here. Ooh, you picked Burbson. Good choice. Thank goodness, you still have the apple. You know how many ghosts try to sell their first apple online? I'm sure you know what else ghosts can do with the apples. Make them? What? How did that even work? Do apples feel love? Anyways, we can give things to residents, but we can't just say the gift was from a ghost in a house that you can't see but is actively watching you right now. Trust me, I did that. Worst 30 years ever. I really thought I'd win them over. So when you leave a gift, say it's from someone else in the house. Gifting requires action points, but you'll be able to make pairs of residents closer with your gifts. Okay, try gifting the apple in the spot and pick which resident you want to gift it from. Okay. Person, Bunsen. I think person. Aw, very cute couple. Oh, look at you. I guess you're a supernatural. I like that joke. How long have you been waiting on that joke? I've been dying to tell you the whole time. Now remember, residents all have different things they like. The better the gift, the better the effect on my relationship. Alright, looks like you have 2 actions left for the day. Let me show you what else you can do. Okay, so we can see the gift. Today's chores. Thankfully, every resident who ends up living here agrees to work to make our house better. They put up this handy chore board here. Actually, I put it up, but it's not like I can tell them that. None of them wondered where it came from. Why would you make them do chores? Nope, I specifically put a note that said, from nobody suspicious, so we should be in the clear. From here, you can assign residents to do chores here at the end of the day. Let's try it out. Well, I mean, if it is free rent, then I suppose doing chores is not the worst thing in the world. Every day there are 3 types of chores: dates, self-care, and house helper. Each of these cost ghost points, so only assign the ones you want. Plus, some residents will like certain chores more than others. Select a slot on a chore to learn more about it and assign a resident. Definitely not a date, go to the beach. Okay, so I guess we'll do our couple there. Listen to music. Cook dinner. Okay. Person and Burbson. Nice! You can assign another chore if you're ready to move on. Finalize your assignments with your assignment button. Oh, this costs stuff. Well, cooked dinner seems pretty good. And I saw you had a burger in your place, so maybe you like food. And that's how a typical day would go. Normally, you get to see how the date between 2 residents goes, but that one wasn't worth watching. The dialogue was a little flat. These puns are killing me. And that's a spirit. Anyway, you have a limited number of ghost action points per day, so keep that in mind when deciding what to do. As residents care more for each other, you'll be able to watch our relationships grow. With enough love, there'll be new developments in my relationship that you can unlock and watch. And now, you've completed your training. Congrats! You're now a certified ghost. Ghost needs certification? What does that even mean? Listen, be proud. It's a very rough process. You had to die for it. But here's your reward. Certificate for being a ghost. Good job. Your very own ghost certificate. I'm just kidding. Look here. We got tons of residence applicants during your training. As your real reward, you gotta choose the first 4 residents you want to move in. Oh my gosh, there's so many. Okay. Mina, she, her, November 10th. Need my own space, I can live just fine on my own. Gerard. Had my heart broken, everything reminds me of her, so here I am, okay. So we got... Who's this? I was gonna say, like, pick me girl, but that's not really. We got strong, independent woman. We got heartbroken emo. Calafia. I've always lived on my own because honestly, you're your own best roommate. But I should probably talk to other people, right? So we got free spirit. Noir. I'm ready for something more and looking for people who can keep up with me. We got go-getter goth. Olin, him, he, him. The Prince of a Frog Kingdom is here to bring some royal flair. Question, where do I keep my crowns? So we got spoil prince. Chamel. Need a larger space for cosplays. Also, this is the only application that doesn't require speaking to anyone, so please accept it. We got introvert. We got introvert roleplayer, cosplayer, sorry. Wobbles. Well, I broke my old roommate's plate, so I'm moving out just in case they hate me. I promise I won't break any more plates. We got anxious mess. Sky. This is a few steps closer to the big burrito bowl place where my old place was. It's got just a dude. Amy. I need more space for all my experiments. Please pick me. We got scientist. Felix. Huh. Do I need a reason? My reason for moving in is because I would like to live here. Thank you. No, okay, this guy's just a dude. This guy's foodie, I guess. Beepo. Hello, I'm a being that would like to establish a habitat in this location because I do not currently reside in a habitat. We got robot. Hi, I like having friends and I love to make new friends. Hey, we got outgoing guy, outgoing jock. Okay. So we kind of, I assume we're shipping people, right? So we're selecting 4 residents, presumably the ones we want to couple up. Who seems like they would be a good fit for each other? I'll say like these two. I can definitely see it. It seems like a disaster ship coming together. I'm kind of vibing. Okay, Mina and this guy. Apollo. It seems too stereotypical to put the emo and the goth together, but I don't know. You seem like you're an endlessly devoted person. You seem like you need someone who's a go-getter. That's tough. Who's a go-getter here? Like you, maybe? I kind of love these two, Felix and Sky together. They're just guys. They're just dudes. Okay, let me fix it. 1, 2. 1, 2. I think you and the robot make a lot of sense. 1, 2. So that leaves you 2 and you 2. Can I see Calafia with wobbles? I think Calafia does seem pretty chill. Probably help calm down wobbles. Okay. I think I've got my internal ships already set up. I don't know if this is how it works, but let's keep it simple. Let's do the 4 I said. So I like you 2 and we'll do you 2. Well, we all have ghost stuff to do, so I'm gonna leave you here to do what you want in the manor. All 4 residents will be moving in tomorrow, so try your best. I feel like Mina will be good friends with Sheepguard. I've got a name. I'll check in on you after 3 days. Welcome to your afterlife. See you later. Day 1. A resident is arriving. It's Apollo. Oh. He catches a spacebook. It's Apollo. A resident is arriving. Oh, he's punk. He's not emo. Okay, he's got a Sharpie. Yeah, so hardcore. It's Gerard. A resident is arriving. Oh, this is not the music I expected. This is high fashion goth girl. High maintenance. It's noir. Don't we think we have some sort of forbidden love with him and Gerard? I actually don't think they fit together at all. Mina, you're huge. She's tiny. Stand on your suitcase, girl. She's so girly pop. It's Mina. Okay. We can buy and sell items. Okay, we obviously need a skeleton for Noir. Ghostie forums. Help, I skipped a tutorial. Help, I skipped a tutorial. I skipped a tutorial and now I don't know what to do. Teodia, you're died and you're a ghost. I died? Oh, buddy. You missed some good jokes. Maybe you shouldn't have skipped it. You're a matchmaker, your goal is to create cute couples. You have a limited number of action points per day that can be used for stealing items, gifting, or assigning residents to the chore board. Different chores have different goals, some increase relationships and some increase resident happiness. Remember, residents have preferences for certain items and chores. You can also buy and sell items on eBay. Oh, and Ghostie, you know, best mentor ever. We'll check in on you in 3 days. These are all different people. Tutorial? They told me you're training, I knew it. How do I know who to matchmake? Oh my god, everyone is so cute. I don't want to accidentally commit the wrong pair of residents. How do you decide who to ship? Oh, you can totally ship them around with each other and figure out who you want to focus on later. How do you know that? So totally ship them around with each other. Did they hate each other when you did that? Nah, it takes some time to fully develop their feelings so you can experiment with couples before they fully commit. Reply deleted by user. Okay, I see. So we don't have to commit to them. So what do we have? We have a potato, we have a camera with apples. Play trivia, ambitious, nerdy, educational. This seems like it fits no one in our categories. Okay. What's this? A crayon? Apollo. He loves to see everyone live their best life. Somehow he's also everyone's best friend. He often speaks in song lyrics, so you like music. She's a sheep who never follows a herd. She has a stall ready for his hard-to-reach spots. What on earth? So this is what we like. So relationships. I kind of want everyone to be here at once. Does that make sense? Okay. What's this? Creative, unusual. Lazy, cute. Mina probably likes cute things. Adventurous, artsy, classy. Lazy, unusual. Ah, and we don't see, okay. We don't see what they like. Dear Diary, I think I'm all settled in. I think I'm... I feel like I gotta do a much more cutesy voice for this, right? Dear Diary, I think I'm all settled in. I got frustrated painting the walls, but don't worry, I did it all on my own. And give a gift. Dear Diary, my heart feels used and I'm not sure if I'll ever get over here. But I think it's about time I start with something brand new. Kitchens, what's this? Hairdryer. Fashionable, noisy. Dear Diary, I'm so excited to be here. Everyone here looks like we're full of potential. Potential to be a friend. Nice that everyone's got a diary. Dear Diary, this house is about to become a home a lot more fashionable. I already have some ideas how to make this place fabulous. Okay, obvious gift. You. For you. From Gerard. I don't know when you open it. Oh, you open it now. They're not suspicious at all. They're just like, when did this happen? Loved gift, hairdryer, unsurprisingly. Discover tag, fashionable, unsurprisingly. Okay. So you seem like an adventurous type. I think you'd like a camera. You seem like you'd like cute things, I'd guess. Something sporty. Okay, we'll give you something cute. Oh my gosh, giving gifts is so expensive. I forgot it uses up an energy each time. So this can be from Apollo. We need more action points. Open it, Mina. How are they not at all suspicious about the fact that random gifts are just appearing in my house? Good start, everyone. Where is she going? Oh. Okay, what does this mean? Interact. Mina, Have I told you how much I love how your room looks?
Let me guess. You think it's cute?
I guess so. It's cute. Like you. Oh no. Have I upset you? What's wrong?
You know,
I can't do a falsetto voice the entire time. It's going to hurt so much.
I don't choose to be cute, Apollo. I just happen to be cute with everything I do.
And that's a bad thing?
No, I'm just saying there's more to me than that.
I'm sure there is. And I'd like to learn about that too.
Really?
Of course.
Okay.
Spectator, what's your first relationship talk? Wow. Dude has got Riz. Do people still say Riz? He's just like that. Okay, I don't think there's anything else we can do. 4 action points is not a lot of points, mind you. So I don't know why they got to go and find. Take photos. So, okay. We don't have enough. How do we get more action points? I want more action points. I want to do like 12 things a day. Gifts are so expensive because we have to do 2. We have to pick it up and do that. Unsurprisingly fashionable and cute. Obvious. Okay. Snowman. Gifting. How do I know if a gift is good? Are there bad gifts? Every gift boosts happiness, romance, but if they really like a gift, you can see a ton of heart emojis fly out them faster. You also see it in your information menu if you're not locked a new tag if it's something you really liked. Higher quality items are also more effective than lower quality ones. Who doesn't like gifts? I mean, I like free gifts, but if someone left a skeleton in my room, I'd hesitate at least a little. Fair enough. So this is obviously going to go to noir. Fancy, fashionable. Educational, serious.
Apollo says he wants to know more about me. What's the best way to help him with that?
Okay. What's this? Welcome to the memories board. Here's where you rewatch any relationship talks or dates you see. It's one of the many perks of being a ghost. Have fun rewatching your favourite dates and talks. So you really can just sort of experiment. Ambitious, neat. Put your money in it and get how much you have. Dear Diary, I have a problem. Gerard gave me a hairdryer, but I already have one. Because let's face it, I have impeccable taste. But I don't need 2, or do I? One to play, one to display. I didn't actually think about the fact that she probably would already have one. Okay, well I want their love to bloom, so... Let's steal this, and obviously give it to you. And then... we'll set up some other things. Because I don't know if the others would like any of this stuff. Yeah, she loved that. Oh, we're gonna go meet each other. Fancy, unsurprisingly. Oh, it's Gerard. What is he doing? Oh, he's just staring off into the distance. Gerard, I get windows are looking through, but eventually you've pretty much seen all there is to see. Gerard, he's got AirPods in. Oh. Oh, hello, Noir. Didn't notice you there. What are you staring at? I'm staring off into the eternal darkness of a night sky. It reminds me of my soul. Your soul is an eternal darkness? An eternal darkness that can only be quenched by an abyss. Why is the ocean so deep? Why are feelings so heavy? Life is a dark ocean that stretches into an inky abyss. And where that darkness ends, where it begins, who knows? But maybe if we stare long enough, we can find it. I'll see you around, Noir. Wow. What was all that emotional yet vague nonsense? He really is something. Not that I care. How tsundere of you. Okay. She's into it. She's like, whoa, what a bad boy. Okay, what sort of chores do you have? Walk with a park. Sing to yourself. Artsy fancy. Let's make musical noisy. why don't we do this so you can have a walk through the park? And then also, why don't you sing to yourself? What the heck is this? You want a fork? What? You want a vacuum? Oh, there's probably a limit to how many gifts we can give, right? There's only so much space in my house. So what does the tags look like? It looks like this. Doesn't care about lazy, doesn't care about noisy. We don't even know what those tags are. Okay. Cool. End day.
Psst. Good news. I got you some tickets to watch today's Totally Not a Date. We ghosties like to watch residents go on these. They can be full of fun, cute romance, or full of awkwardness. Some residents might even have super special reactions to date that speak particularly to them. Based on how well the dates go, the greater the impact on their relationship. Let's see how you did for your first Totally Not a Date excitement. See you tonight for the premiere.
Later that day. What? Oh. I think this is it.
Wow. Wow, who knew such a beautiful park was right by our house?
Yeah, I come here all the time.
Oh, the sun just came out. What perfect weather. Wow, a crow just dropped $1 on my lap. Hey, that cotton candy cart is handing out free cotton and candy.
Wow, this is the luckiest park stroll I've ever been on. I just feel lucky when I get to do things with you.
Me too. Me too.
We just met each other. It's love at first sight, I suppose. I'm just that good a matchmaker. That date was good. The relationship increased. The self-care task was good. Gerard is happier. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Gifts are just so much action point inefficient when you could just put them on dates instead. Whoa. Playful, fancy. Ambitious, educational, nerdy. Simple, sweet. Do you know that you can watch dates? Oh my gosh, the dates are so cute. I need to talk to someone about them. OMG, what? I haven't assigned anyone to a date yet. Yeah, after you sign on to a date, you can see how it goes later that day. OMG, you're missing out. My favourite so far is a karaoke date. It was so adorable. Wait, I did a karaoke date. It was super awkward. Well, maybe you need to pick better couples. I can't believe I miss so much. Gerard? Gerard. He's so in touch with his feelings and emotions. I've never met someone quite like him. This must have been a nightmare to write for. You have to have, presumably, dialogue for every single person being matched up with every single person, unless some of the dates are just impossible. That sounds tough. What is that? Is that a square basketball? I can't imagine how much of a nightmare that must be to plan out and write. Dear Diary, being with Mina yesterday made me feel all warm and fuzzy inside and out. Well, I'm already warm and fuzzy on the outside, I guess. Gerard doesn't even know Noir exists.
Dear Diary, I tried drawing a picture of Apollo and me on our chore yesterday.
A chore?
I wanted to remember how much I liked it. The drawing went terribly and I had to try for drawing burn it and bury remains outside.
Come on, girly pop. Fly a kite. Compliment yourself. Wash your windows. What on earth? Basket cube. You know what? I think... Why don't you give it to him? It's like he seems like he would like an active gift. Does he like it? He loves it. Loved gift basket cube. Damn, their relationship is flourishing.
Apollo, you said you wanted to learn more about me. So here.
What is this?
It's a list of all my known strengths and weaknesses.
Why would I want to know that?
Because you said you wanted to know more about me.
Wait, under weaknesses it said floral prints?
Yes, I like your patterns, but my wallet doesn't like it, so it's a weakness.
You weren't merciless under strengths and weaknesses.
It's been facilitation to ever cause of lots of problems.
You know, I don't need a list like this. Wait, on Astramus it says dodgeball. You play dodgeball?
Not often, but when I do, I'm very good at it.
Okay, I gotta see this. Let's put them on a dodgeball day. Is that even a thing you can do? Well, are we going to continue investing in our most successful couple? It doesn't feel like Gerard would like any of these gifts is a problem. So I can't really do one with Noir. Because I cannot see them doing this. If anything, I can see you two doing this. Why don't we assign this and why don't we just take something? What's the most expensive thing? A rocket? Okay. Why don't we steal it and sell it? Okay. Well, we don't have a time limit, so I guess we can just keep doing stuff like this, right? What are you talking about? What about the gift? The mailbox? Nothing. Okay. End day. So busy in here. Kite flying? Easy.
It is?
How much dialogue must have been written for this? Because presumably this date they need to do with every single combination of people. That's insane.
It is?
Yeah, you just gotta run really fast like this.
Apollo, you're running too fast.
No way. This is the best speed to... Ugh, what happened?
You ran into a tree.
How was the kite?
Well, you did get it into the air.
Did I impress you? I was kind of trying to. You're so forward, Apollo.
You did. And someone who flies a kite as good as you deserves a treat for your, skills.
So long as I get a shout with you, I'll take it. Is it a kiss? Oh, standing ovation. The date was good, the relationship increased. Oh, they're both playful. That's good.
So, how did your first 3 days go? Let's see. Oh, well, I guess that's pretty good for a first timer. This is the first time you've been dead, right?
Certainly hope so. How many times have you died?
Just one so far. Well, you had a great first 3 days. The real reward here is your kindness helped blossom love and a happier home. Just kidding. We're a star. The more you develop resident relationships, and the more residents' happiness you bring, the more relationships you'll get. Ghosts love to collect and spend these, and you can unlock lots of cool stuff with them. And with the cool stuff you can unlock at my store, you can take your matchmaking to the next level. The possibilities are endless, until we run out of things in my store. But even then, you can matchmake any pair of residents you want, and every resident has a completely different story based on who they develop a relationship with. Now go out there and see what kind of world you can make. Ooh. Nah, I'll be here if you want to buy anything. Let's see how you did.
32. Okay. Pretty good. Oh, okay, it's a talent. Oh, more action points. Wear hats. So this is cosmetic. Okay. I kind of just want everyone to be happy. Where to redecorate residents and common rooms. A vacation ticket. Okay. 6 rooms. 8 rooms. But how many? There are, what, 12 residents? So we can't ever get them all in. Okay. To interact. I think we'll do more actions. That's kind of like the only thing I care about at the moment.
Alright, now it's time to move on to the next phase. Super death! You're gonna die again, and you'll have a super afterlife. Just kidding. You're gonna go back to the man and develop more relationships. Turns out the other ghosties really like the romances you're building and want to see more. Plus, I'll come visit with my shop in another 3 days. So, for the good of romance, the good of joy in the world, and most importantly, the good of my merchandise shop. Get out there and make some more romances bloom.
Okay. I think that's probably a good place for us to round off here. We're about to hit 2 hours. So I think we'll round off there and we'll continue this next time. If at all possible. Oh. So let's do so. A short little snippet into what Love Ghostie is going to be like. And we'll continue next week. Quick game. Nice. And now I guess we'll sort of resume with our heart. So let's take a short break, everyone. Get some water, walk around, etc, etc. You know the drill. So for now, or for just a moment, take care. I have returned. I have realised we're also doing a background when week 3, so we're going to do the background for this thumbnail art, but I think the background's actually going to be reasonably easy. It's not a very busy background, all things considered, so we'll see how it goes. I do want to bring up, though, my reference. Hello, where is my mouse? Let me find it. Ugh. So, I have an idea of what's going on. What if I had everything I want? Something's never enough. Okay. Let's do some art. Probably. I'm just trying to think what would look right. If you know what I mean. Okay. Oh my gosh, my stomach feels weird. That's right. Well, power free. Keep it going, yo. I don't know who's here. That's right. We're just gonna do some art, and then we'll chill. So this is our art. We don't need the shading, of course. But we do need this above everything. Just turn down opacity. So this is all D binds. Oh. I don't know what I call that body. It might actually be D. Then we're just doing the background. So presumably we want some sort of bright sky, I think. I always just start with a gradient because a gradient's easier to work with. Or we could do a sunset, or we could do a sunrise, or we could do midday. I don't know what would be the best. I mean, the colour scheme we have going on feels like it should be morning time, I think. That's my thinking. But I can also see that we would have like a sea or something in the background, but I'm not sure how much you're going to do with glass. I need to think about this. I think we have a background layer of glass, background liquid, then a foreground glass, foreground liquid layer. Probably. This actually might need a bit more planning than I expected. We don't need that shading anymore. Okay. Back glass. Be mostly quite transparent, I think. But we'll do, we should probably get rid of the text now. But we'll start it out as not transparent, so we can actually see what on earth is going on. Okay, nice. Maybe turn this down even more, I think. Nice cocktail glass, and then we're going to have back liquid, which I'm not sure what liquid colour we'll go with, because I was going to go deep blue, but maybe we should do green. I think yellow might look weird, to be honest. Green might make it look a bit poisonous. Maybe we should do orange. Oh, we could do a gradient actually. Maybe we could do like a tequila sunrise or some somewhat equivalent. What does a tequila sunrise look like? Yellow, orange, red, right? I don't know. Radiant cocktails. Oh, they're cockatiels. No, cocktails. Summer sunset, that's true. Oh! Galaxy cocktail. That's a fun one. We do a purple one. What's that which is like blue and yellow? Aurora Nebula. Is this AI? That looks AI. A blue and orange cocktail, but it makes sense. I don't know a blue and orange cocktail. Let's see. Blue and orange cocktail. Well, okay. I'm thinking I don't need that for it. I know what I kind of want it to look like. The power of my imagination. So probably we want it actually to dip more here, I think. Remember, this is the back, not the part which is in front of her. This is the part which is behind her. Not sure what a wave of cocktail looks like, but probably be like this, if anything. So maybe we do like a purpley bluish into the orange or something. There's a cocktail I've had at a restaurant I frequently go to, which has something like this, like a purpley orange. I can't remember, I think it's like taro or something in it. Taro and mango. I'll figure out how to shade this afterwards. Let's just get the shape down first. Okay, and then we do gradient. What other sort of colours are we going to put on? We do like a purplish at the top. And we do want it to transition to the sort of bright orange down here. Perhaps a more yellowy orange. It should probably be a bit darker. That seems a bit bright, yeah. Okay. It's mostly fine, I think. I almost don't know if do I want this cocktail umbrella in my back? I'm not really sure, to be honest. I need to like look at a... Do I want it to be fruity or do I want it to be summery? There's not really a fruit motif in here. Okay, yeah, I think I do want this cocktail umbrella then. What should I do as a dark brown, I suppose? I'm not really sure. Yeah, okay, I think that makes sense. And then we get that, and we make it thinner. And we make it have all these the spokes come out. It's a bit weird to do the cocktail umbrella from underneath, but I'm also like, I guess that's just kind of how it's going to work, to be honest. That one can be behind her tail, it doesn't really matter, I don't think. This one looks a bit long. Or maybe this one's just too short. Cocktail stick, cocktail. I don't know what the main part of the umbrella is called, to be honest. Or the parasol, I should say, but that's what I might use for soft red. We did. That looks so wrong. Like, it looks off. Not wrong as in like, oh my god, you can't do that, but like it looks, the perspective looks so off. That's a bit better. Maybe it needs to be bigger. Yeah, like it needs to be actually behind her or something. I don't know, I'm not feeling it like this way. Colours are also a bit whack. Hold on, maybe I need to refine it on my sketch. Where do I want it to be? I don't know, what does an umbrella cocktail even look like now? Now I'm just getting in my own head about it. Umbrella cocktail. So we could, alternatively, we could put an orange slice at the side. Oh, the umbrella cocktail is up, not, okay, I see. So that's like a big straw umbrella cocktail. If we put the umbrella cocktail in how it should be, such that it actually fits in, it's not going to have a lot of room for her. A lot of the time it looks like the umbrella cocktail sort of is hanging off the side. Like this, if it makes sense. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll do like the lemon slice thing. And then we stick the umbrella cocktail on top. Or do we have them both? Maybe that's better actually. We have the orange slice as a foreground element. We need the umbrella cocktail like here or something. I think for a stick to make sense. Okay. That still looks a little bit misaligned. I think it needs to be rotated still. Does that make a bit more sense? I think that's a bit better. It feeds into the line of action a little bit more. Okay. Probably be a lot thinner, I think, as well. Which I guess you wouldn't see this one. Umbrella. I don't really like the colour of it. I think it needs to be a bit more of a vibrant red, if anything. Oh no. I also guess I need it in two parts. I need a front and a back, probably. So let's do the back first. That'll probably be easier to see. I'm not sure if red is also the right colour to use for it, but whatever. I'm only doing a lighter red just so I can actually differentiate it. Probably we should see another cocktail stick. Here. And here. Yeah, okay. Okay, that looks a bit better. Okay. And then I guess this is the one which would have a pattern on. Which I'll take this yellow for, I guess. What's our patterns on a cocktail umbrella? Don't know. Flowers? Butterflies? To be fair, I guess the underside would also have a pattern. It would just be more faded because it's on the other side, right? But if the sun's coming through, then that's how it works. I should have done hearts. You fool, that is literally her motif. It's like I don't know my own character. Okay, a load of mini hearts, which maybe we'll do this blue for. Okay, that's a general idea of what's going on. Then maybe we can take this dark pink and do it as like a trim or something. Guess I probably should have done it then as the same umbrella colour here. Whoops. Just trying to reuse colours, you know, keep the palette a bit cohesive. Do that a bit darker. Nah, I don't like his orange. You know what? Maybe let's just keep this red. look quite right. It doesn't look quite right now. Look at it. I think probably this one goes up a bit too much, so the cocktail sticks should also probably be reduced in like. Okay, well, I think that looks okay. Really need the vaguest idea of what's going on anyway. So this is where we take the back glass and the liquids, copy them over here, turn off the liquid for now. The back glass now becomes the front glass, but now we turn down the opacity. And we need to select D as a layer, expand out probably about 1 pixel and delete everything on it. Except for not everything, I forgot, because she's only partially. Oh man, that's gonna be a pain. Okay, we'll do that afterwards. For now, let's just get the shape of a glass down. So we can erase this part. Needs to pass through there, then pass through that. I think that's okay. I think it probably needs to be a bit higher this side. Okay, now this is a tough part. Now, we need to layer mask and delete specific parts of it, being this section. Because these fingers are on the other side of a glass. Maybe we need to expand by 2. I don't know what thickness I used on my line art brush off the top of my head. But the leg behind needs to stay behind the glass because it's still inside it, of course. I'm using an eraser. It's like, why is it not working? Just trying to fill in the gap I made. What if I got everything I want? Okay, so that makes sense. The glass over there is a bit funky. I guess we'll just sort of fix it real quick, like. So probably we also want this to be like this. Oh no, I done it wrong. I put her nail disappearing behind her thing. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, just small correction here. I have no idea what brush I used, so we'll just be using a different brush. Actually, I'm looking at it, it looks like I used a dense. Does actually look like I use this brush. Okay, and then also this needs to, oh, there's no point doing this so carefully because now this also needs to go in front, doesn't it? Because now her knee needs to be resting on this. Which would be very, very painful, mind you, because it's quite sharp. but we got to respect the commitment to the modelling. No pain, no gain, as one might say. Okay. Now, thankfully, a lot of the back liquid stuff will be easier, because most of it will just be like this. It also should be behind the glass. And probably about 60% opacity. And there we go. There's a general idea of what we want for the background, I think. I mean, we'll also put in the orange slice, I think. Or the lemon maybe slice makes a lot more sense. I don't think what it would even look like. You'd probably do this and then what? Needs to come in through here. So probably there is a part which just has the glass over the top of it. Which I guess we can lock onto this. And it'll be like this much. Probably needs to be a bit bigger, this orange as well. Sorry, lemon. Okay, it's probably a bit too orangey a colour for a yellow, for a lemon. That's probably a bit better. And then we can put in the rind and stuff. And now that we've done that mask on top of the layer, should be all be pretty easy. It's quite too much. So this is the flesh. I did think about the fact that a rind is probably easier to do above the flesh. We'd have a center point of here. What if I had everything I want? Have a rind go all the way around. Remember, we just draw the dividers in. I guess. Boom. Easy. And even better, I suppose, we can even put in a little bit of a disconnect for the glass. We do that. To give a space for it to sort of hang on to. So I did want to put a cherry in the background as well. I'm not sure if I still will, but might as well. I actually might finish this on time, to be honest. I think it's going to be a lot of drawing, a lot of shading next time. But that's okay. So this is a cherry I was going to do. or now have done. I think sky itself, I think we could put a bit more yellow in to the sun. Maybe the sky could be a bit deeper when we get down here. A bit richer in colour. And then we could put the little fuzzly bubs, as we'd call them, in Animal Crossing. With a lens. Circles. Not this one. And a blue one. Just two blue. We can merge that down, maybe we can turn down the opacity slightly, some sparkles in. I'll put a sparkle in. Something like that. That's basically the idea behind the background, I think. I guess we could start shading the background, but oh, I also didn't really complete this pattern. I don't know if I want this pattern, but I've kind of done it now, so I've got to kind of continue a bit, don't I? Okay. So when we need to do the water, so liquid's gonna be, so wait, cocktail itself. This is cocktail decorations, or deco. There we go. Boom. Now this is gonna be the hard part, is making this look convincing, I think. What would it look like, a cocktail splashing out a glass, you know? Why have I searched Jumbrella? Jumbrella? Oh, umbrella cocktail. Cocktail splashing out of glass art. Oh, I guess we need droplets and stuff. It's not really much of a foam thing, now I'm looking at it. Okay, so we should change the shape entirely, is what I'm hearing. It's more like a this, to be honest. It's more like a woo. Yeah, it looks a bit better. Probably put a hidden heart in here. Look at that. There we go. Okay. Now I actually need shaders, could be a pain. The shader's like water, seawater, but how do I shade it like a cocktail? I guess it's probably mostly highlights. And a bit of shading. I feel like this purple I've used should probably be a bit more of a vibrant purple. It's like you can hardly tell it's changed to purple. Yeah, something like that. Maybe one gets a bit pinky up here. Keep the rainbow, you know? So what I'm probably thinking is that we do areas where the water should be thinner. You know, a bit of a layer mask to get some of it across, you know? It starts filling out near the top here, but not entirely, not entirely. No, I think this is wrong. I think I'm drawing it too much like it would be like bubbles or something, not, or like water. This is quite a thick liquid. What does that actually look like when it splashes out? I've not really done a study on this, so it's going to be very difficult. Well, there's a level of translucency, to be fair. Okay, so maybe I'll do a very light layer of translucency. Like this. Very much reserved only at the top of the splashes. Maybe I need to blend it in more. We also need to do a layer mask red as well, the back of a glass too. Can't really see much of it, to be honest. Let's start another sketch now. Excuse me? Shading because we need bright white. Now the top. You can't really see most of it. Shading for the glass as well. Is this a... No, this is for glass. I see. I can't put it on that layer because we don't need the transparency, we just need a bright white glass part. Something like that. So this lemon does mean you can't kind of see. That part, Feels like there's probably a smarter way to do this layer setup, which I didn't do. Which has made things a little bit more awkward, but... I think that's okay, actually. Maybe that's fine. And then we just do a second shading layer. Sorry, a second layer mask for the glass itself to be a bit more filled in at the edges. Okay. It's quite simple, but it's actually kind of working. I do want to end mostly at 5 if I can, so I'm sort of just being conscious of that. So this is a front liquid, which might be tough. I think this liquid would probably do one for foam. The part behind the glass, you know, so we go like this. So which has the boundary. I do realise that this doesn't make sense. It can't be like that. It has to be like this. Oh man. Right. I didn't think about this in the slightest. So the liquid needs to go lower than where it reaches her, otherwise it doesn't make any sense. That's so it would be coming towards the edge. Oh, same here. Actually needs to also be kind of higher up on the straw. What if I had everything I want? Eric Nam, anyone? Okay, something like that. Wait, does this make sense? I think it does with a foam, right? 'Cause then... I think this is the edge of the water. Wait, maybe it's fine. Maybe I didn't need to do all of that. No, because it needs to be at least a little bit, right? It needs to be darker as it gets under the water. Oh, but not darker from this layer. Okay, hold on. This is wrong. Oh, man. It needs to be darker from that layer, doesn't it? Oh. How am I going to do that? Maybe I'll just do shading. That doesn't make sense. No, it should be darker from Bislayer, no? This does make sense. It just needs to get double darker when it gets to Bislayer. Okay. Oh, man. I'll do that part in shading. That's too much to think about. Already is too much to think about. Okay. I think this is good. I think it's an okay place for us to pick up on next time. I don't think we need to do too much more because I don't think there's much shading that's needed really. I think a lot of the background shading is going to be very simple. The only thing will be the water rendering, but even then, it's fine. Probably I would change the text color though to something a bit more blue. Something like that? Yeah, I think that looks fine. Let's not overcomplicate things. Because now we can actually sort of end on time properly. There we go. Ugh. And we'll end actually at 5 o'clock this time. Good job, everyone. We did it. Yeah. So that's some good stuff. I'll run an ad and then I'll just sort of round this off here. I know it was a bit of an abrupt ending, but thank you all for coming along. I guess the advert's still running, so I guess that's happening. I feel like my back is kind of painful at the moment. I'm a little bit uncomfortable. But it's okay. I will go at my own pace. Yeah, I think it's coming along quite nicely. I think my colours are a lot of fun, to be honest, on this one. So I'm excited. Hopefully I can finish the shading tomorrow, or do the shading. Not tomorrow, sorry, next week. And it'll be a nice way to sort of round everything off. But yeah. So for now, if you haven't been watching, thank you very much, everyone. We've got to finish Impostor Factory. Hope we see each other next week. I don't know if anyone's even here, but thank you all for coming along. I'll see you next time. Bye. Ugh, just getting out of here so awkwardly. Oh, Cadence is here. Bye-bye.